I'll tell you the cringy audition story I have is I had to do a monologue. It was some off-Broadway play, and I was probably about 14, and it's a kid talking about something about his bris, the Jewish tradition of a child having the tip of their penis snipped off. And I went into this audition, and being the nice Jewish kid that I was, I did not know what a bris was, and I decided to pronounce it brie, B-R-I-S as brie. So I did the whole monologue about my bris, or like talking about this. It was like a drama, and then at the end, the guy said, "Thank you very much," and it's pronounced bris. I did not get the part. Brooke Shields. I was convinced we were going to get married. I was in New York. She was in New York. We were around the same age, and we knew people who knew each other. And then eventually I did meet her. My friend's mother knew her mother, and we did not get married, but we're friends and friendly. And unless she sees this, she will not be aware of it. I took magic lessons when I was a kid. I was really into magic. I was not very good. I didn't practice enough. I don't think I had the natural ability either, but there was a place called Lou Tannen's Magic Shop in New York, which was where all the magicians went. It was on the 8th floor. I think it was in the Brill Building. All the magicians would demonstrate the tricks for you there, and then you'd take them home and not be able to do them because they were magicians. But then I took lessons with this guy named the Great Slidini. He's a very famous close-up magician. He lived somewhere in Hell's Kitchen, and I would go to his apartment, and whenever I tell anybody who knows magic that I took lessons with Slidini, they're like, "Oh my God." I was like 10 years old, and he had this very famous routine where he would take an audience member up on stage, sit them down, and he would take a box of Kleenex and crumple the Kleenex up and make them disappear in front of them. But if you were watching from the stage, what you saw was that he was flipping the Kleenex over their head, but they couldn't see it because of their vision. And so I would be practicing this flipping the Kleenex on my sister thing all the time, and I just end up, just flipping it in her face, and she would just get mad and say, "Why are you doing that stupid thing where you throw Kleenex at me?" I had these two turtles named Tony and Tanya. I also had two white mice named John and Paul. A parakeet named Princess. We had a lot of 70s creatures in the apartment.
So what would your porno name be? It's the first pet name plus the street you grew up on.
Oh, wow. Tony 84. At Hidden Valley Camp in Freedom, Maine when I was 12 with Jennifer Zelnick. It was great. It was under a tree. It was very romantic and cool and kind of like charged, which most first kisses I would imagine are. I was at camp and I was kind of homesick. I actually remember my father had come up to the camp and spent, because he was a great dad, I was saying I wanted to go, and he came up and hung out with me, and then I met the girl, and then, "Dad, get out of here, get out of here." It was sort of an artsy camp. I did a show. There was a musical about the birth of America, and I sang a song called "America Has Promises." I will not sing it for you. I'm not a singer. The one line was like, "America has promises." And it does. That's the thing. It's still relevant today, that show. I'm Ben Stiller, and I'm now going to make an elephant. This is what I'm going to create. This is why my work with the Great Slidini is now going to pay off. This is like one of those sort of tests they give kids to see what grade they should be put into or whether or not they're special. And I think I'm failing. There. Yay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.